Thank you. All right, determinants, section 4.3b. The determinant of a matrix, what is it, you ask? The determinant of a matrix is a special number that can be calculated from a square matrix, okay? A square matrix is a matrix that is a 2 by 2, a 3 by 3, a 4 by 4, okay? Basically meaning that it has the same number of rows and the same number of columns, agreed? Okay, the symbol for determinant is 2 vertical lines on either side. So basically kind of like the absolute value symbol, right? If it's asking for the determinant, it'll either ask for it with the 2 bars or it'll say determinant. That looks like an F. Make it look less like an F. It'll say determinant of A or like that, okay? So those are the shorthand way of writing determinants. Determinant of a 2 by 2 can be calculated very easy with by cross multiplying within the matrix and subtracting. So A times D minus B times C. Okay, so pretty straightforward. A times D minus B times C. How do you feel so far? Does it seem like something you can handle? Cool. I'm going to pause and let you write that down. Sorry, I didn't press record. But, so we cross multiply, subtract it, evaluate it. You think you can handle it? For a 2 by 2? Questions, comments, or concerns? All right, people at home, are we good?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. All right, here's yours. Find the determinant. We're going to call this matrix C. Okay, so to find the determinant of C, you should have cross multiplied. That's 8 times -3 minus 15 times 7. That gives you -24 minus 105. And that gives you -129. Good? All right. Let's try it again, just to make sure we're all still there. So notice how this one, instead of having the matrix brackets, it already has the determinant bars. So this is asking for the determinant. It's just full on shorthand. All right. So we cross multiply. We have 6 times 4 minus -1 times 9 gives us 24 minus -9. A negative times a negative is a positive. So we get how do we feel? Good? Okay. So it's very important that we can do this because tomorrow we're going to, well, tomorrow and tomorrow's when, Tuesday? Yeah. No, not tomorrow. Tomorrow you're going to practice this some more, but on Wednesday and Thursday, we're going to be applying it. Okay. All right. 3 by 3s. So 3 by 3s are a little different. There are 2 methods for 3 by 3. We're going to learn one method and then the other method. Hopefully you're okay with it, but yeah. So with the 3 by 3, you're basically creating 2 by 2s. So first, you're going to label your columns in a pattern of plus, minus, plus. So we have plus, minus, plus. After you label your column, You're then going to use what's called the cover-up method or the cross-out method. So I'm starting with element 1 in row 1. I'm going to cross out everything else. So notice how I wrote positive A, and then I'm going to find the determinant of what's left. So I'm going to find the determinant of the 4 that are left. So E times I minus F times H. And that's going to be my first added in. Okay, then typically you do this with your hand, not like actually crossing out, by the way. So now I'm going to focus on second element in row 1. I'm going to cross out. Uh-oh, I cross out the 1. It won't erase. Okay. It's like saying it's going to stay there, and I don't know why. Let's try that again. There we go. And now I'm on element 2 in row 1. I'm going to cross out where it all falls. So now I'm doing cross multiplication of D times I minus F times G. And then I have my second added in. And then to get my last added in, I am on the third element in row 1, cross out row 1, cross out the third row, and now I'm going to find the cross difference here. Okay, so it's just you're using your elements in row 1 to know what you're going to multiply those cross products by, and to know which rows and columns to eliminate. All right. So essentially what you're doing is you're making smaller, you're making your own 2x2s. Do we see that? And that's why we're subtracting, multiplying and subtracting, because we're making our own 2x2s. Okay, are you ready to try method 1? Remember, there's 2 methods. So I'm showing you method 1, and then we'll do method 2. All right, so following method 1, first thing I'm going to do is number. So I numbered. Okay. Second thing I'm going to do is start off with my first element. Uh-oh, sorry. So I'm here at A, which means that I'm crossing out 1, 3, 4, and 5 right now. So the determinant of A is going to equal positive 2 times negative 2 times 6 minus negative 1 times 2. That's my first one. My second one's going to come from negative 1. And I'm crossing out the things that are in that row and column. So minus 1 times 4 times 6 minus negative 1 times negative 5. And then my last added in comes from 3, positive 3. And if I cross out row 1, column 3, I'm going to be left with 4 times 2 minus negative 2 times negative 5. Okay. There we go. And now after I've set it up, all I'm doing is evaluating. So this equals 2. I have negative 12 plus 2 minus 1, 24. A negative times a negative is a positive, plus 5. Nope, minus 5. Plus 3, and I have 8. A negative times a negative is a positive. That's positive 10. So 8 minus 10. The internet is lagging, sorry. At some point it show up here. So we have 2, negative 10, minus 1, 19, plus 3, negative 2. Negative 20, minus 19, minus 6. Equals negative 20 minus 19 is going to give me negative 39. Negative 39 minus 6 is going to give me negative 45. Is it terrible? It could be tedious, but is it terrible? No, you're just multiplying and adding, right? That's all you're doing. It's multiplying and adding in a pattern. All right, so that's method 1. Questions about method 1? Okay. All right, let's talk about method number 2. So here, if I have this matrix A, and I want to find the determinant of A, so I want to know what is the determinant of A. Then we're going to do something different. So we're going to create a larger matrix. And you create the larger matrix by, you're going to copy the first 2 columns. So you're going to have a large matrix. So you're going to have negative 1, 1, 0, negative 1, negative 1, negative 2, 5, negative 2, 3. And you're going to copy the first quadrant. So I'm going to rewrite negative 1, 1, 0, negative 1, negative 1, negative 2. All right. So to find the determinant, we are going to multiply on the diagonals in this method. So if I'm looking for the determinant, we're going to multiply on the diagonals. Okay. Tell me if, was the blue an okay color for y'all to see? So I'm going to go diagonally. So that's my first diagonal. So I have negative 1 times negative 1 times 3. So again, I'm looking for the determinant. And that's going to, first is going to be negative 1 times negative 1 times 3. Plus, then I'm going to go on the next diagonal. And that's going to give me negative 1 times -2 times 0. Then we're going to go on the last diagonal. Plus 5 times 1 times -2. There's more. Well, we're going to go backwards, but just give me a second. Are we all caught up? Now we're going to reverse it. So what we did going this way, we're going to go the opposite way. So we're going to go. So we got to reverse it. So now we're going to go on this diagonal. So I have 3 times 1 times -1. Oh, sorry. Biggest thing, you're subtracting these. My bad. Forgot a whole step there, y'all. Well, you're subtracting it from what you got here. So this is part 1. And then you're, whatever you get from here, you're going to subtract this from it. And then our next diagonal is going to be -2, -2, -1. So plus -2, -2, -1. I don't know why I'm writing it in various forms. I can't tell you why. And then our last diagonal going backwards, 0, -1, 5. And now you compute. So the determinant equals, so you're going to find the first values. So we have -1 times -1 times 3. A negative times a negative is a positive. 1 times 3 is 3. Plus -1 times -2 times 0 is 0. 5 times 1 times -2 is going to give me -10. Minus 3 times 1 times -1 plus -2 times -2 times -1 gives me, and then plus 0. So we get -7 minus -7 equals 0. Because it's -3 and -4. So it's still a -7. And then it's being subtracted on the outside. And that's your determinant. Oh, I wrote method. This is method number 2. Okay, so you have two means of finding the determinant of a 3 by 3. You have making many determinants, many 2 by 2s, and you have the diagonals. Which one you choose is up to you. My job is just to show you. And so which one you feel the most comfortable doing, go forth and do.
So, Miss Jones, either one works.
Either one works.
Okay.
It just comes down to which one you want to do.
I'm going with method 1.
I'm a method 1 girl too.
Yeah, I feel like with this one, all the lines would get me confused.
Well, you don't have to draw the lines.
Yeah.
But, all right, choose your method. One or two. I think method 1 takes less time, personally, as well.
Yeah.
Plus, minus, plus, and you would have -1 times 1 times 4 minus 2 times 1, 2. Minus 4, 2 times 4, 8, minus 2 times -1. Sorry, -2. Plus 5, 2 times 1, minus 1 times -1. And that gives you -1 times 2 minus 4 times 10 plus 5 times 3. Gives you -2 minus 40 plus 15 equals -42 plus 15 equals negative. What I do wrong? I didn't hear you.
I just said -27.
Oh, I was like, I did it wrong.
No, you're, yeah.
I was like, oh, dang it. I thought I was on a roll. All right, but that's it. Easy enough?
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. See